All right, welcome to the cave. This is home headquarters of Quapaw Canoe Company, and we're located in the along the banks of the Sunflower River. Last time that canoes were used so heavily along the Sunflower River was 200 years ago and previous. This was one of the major highways of the area, the Sunflower River. And thousands of Choctaw people live right here in downtown Clarksdale. And the Mississippi River 400 years ago used to flow alongside downtown Clarksdale. So this used to be a big river town. So come on, Brownie, come on, Brown. Come here, Brownie. Come here, Brownie. Come here, boy. This is Brownie Bear. Show your manners. Sit down. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy. This is Quapaw Canoe Company. We started here in 1998, and I lived in this location we call the cave since 1991. When I came here, this building was inhabited by a bar and a hairdresser, an antique shop, video store, and a big wood shop. And kind of like the turtles on the side of the river, we outlasted everyone just by sheer patience. This was the first place I lived when I came to Clarksdale, and actually outlived 5 different bar owners and bars that were in the location upstairs we now call Driftwood City International Youth Hostel, which Mark River and Braxton Barden live in, and over the duration of 25 years, Quapaw has come to inhabit this entire building, and no better place to be in downtown Clarksdale on the banks of the Sunflower River. And this is one of our maps. We love maps. This is a depiction, a watercolor depiction of the lower Mississippi River, which starts here where the Ohio River comes from Pittsburgh and runs down almost 1,000 miles down to the Gulf of Mexico. Here's a head of passes: the Southwest Pass, South Pass, and the Pass La Houte. Here's New Orleans, Pontchartrain, Baton Rouge, Vicksburg, Memphis, Little Rock, and here we are in this fertile, golden strip of land known as the Mississippi Delta. And this is the land where the Mississippi Delta blues come from. This is a Yazoo River over here. And the Sunflower River goes right through the middle of the floodplain here, and is the most important, single most important river in the Mississippi Delta. The Yazoo and the Mississippi define the perimeter of the Delta, but the Sunflower defines the mud of the Delta. So we'll go with the sun. We'll go in a clockwise direction. This is examples of some of the stuff. This is really heavy piece of petrified wood. And here is the leg bone of a giant sloth, and here is the jawbone of a bison antiquus, which is the ancient bison. It's a bunch of petrified mud and rocks that come from all over. The lower Mississippi River drains 44% of America. This, for instance, is granite that could have come from North Dakota. You see granite like this in North Dakota. And so where we're at down here, the river brings in stuff from everywhere. Takes a long time. But we also paddle on other rivers. My grandfather, George Lonergan, a Chinook elder, that we paddled with and carved with, and is one of my mentors as a canoe carver. His family gave me this honorary paddle. And this is a beaver pelt that I actually used as my canoe seat on the Lewis and Clark reenactment of 2002 to 2006, which we carved canoes for, and Grandfather George was one of our leaders in. This is the office. You know, we're a small business and everyone helps with everything. Answering letters, emails, putting out the trash, building canoes, guiding canoes on the river. Taxes. Tax season is upon us. This is the library. This is our newest tool. It's a saw that a saw maker named Dan built for us. We do a lot of research. Those are all books about animals, skulls, tracks. Those are all Mississippi River books, books about water, about canoe building, canoe rescue, wood, the Amazon River, the Chapalaya River, Mississippi, other rivers. More books, videos, DVDs. This is all painting books, sketchbooks. We do all of our outfitting out of here. Food preparation and packaging. Here's what the state of Mississippi looks like. Here's Mississippi Delta again. And here's the Mississippi River, which flows 440 miles within the great state of Mississippi. Here's an example of some of the close-up places that we paddle. The various confluences, river confluences, such as the Arkansas River coming in from Colorado, meets the Mississippi just south of us here and creates a giant island called Big Island. It's thought to be the biggest island in North America between the coasts. Excuse me, biggest island in the continental United States in between the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean. Other confluences that we frequent include the St. Francis. This is Crowley's Ridge. Here's the St. Francis River, Helena, Arkansas. There's Buck Island, which we were on with the MSU students last week. Here is the confluence of the Mississippi and the Red River, which comes out of Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, and joins water from the Mississippi down at the very bottom of the state. This is Alabama. This is Louisiana, Angola State Penitentiary, Fort Adams, Mississippi, and right down here at the borderline is the beginning of the great wetlands river, the biggest swamp river in North America, the Chapalaya. And then here's the other great confluence, and this is the Ohio River. Here's the middle Mississippi, makes these beautiful loops right here, and St. Louis is about 100 miles upstream. Here's Cairo, Illinois, the southernmost point of Illinois, and this is where the lower Mississippi River is born, actually, right here where the Ohio and middle Mississippi come together. And this is an accurate depiction. More water comes down the Ohio than comes down the Mississippi. So actually there's more Ohio River water down here than there is Mississippi River water. We do all of our food prep in this area. These are some of the tools we use in the carving of the canoes. Adzes of all shapes and sizes. The adze is the most useful of the canoe carving tools. And axes, saws, boat builders' slicks. Those are just giant chisels. Hand planes and handles. We break a lot of handles. Here are some dry shaves, not outer scorps, and other chisels that we use. This is our boot drying rack. Wintertime we use these neoprene boots. We do all of our outfitting for expeditions, including paddles, life jackets, sleeping bags, pads, tents, dry bags, boat seats, and a lot of other equipment. These are just boots in all these boxes. In the wintertime we also wear wetsuits, neoprene wetsuits, and try and protect ourselves against that icy cold water. More paddles, ropes, first aid kits, rescue bags. These are our version of the life ring dry bags. When you get on the river, you want something to put your gear in. They'll keep you dry. And cookware, we use cast iron cookware. We fed 50 people a barbecue feast out of this single urn, and there was too much food. We brought home food. In fact, we brought home 3 pots of food. So, straps. These are all straps that we use for strapping down canoes. More paddles. We like, in the big canoes, we like using the bent shaft paddle. And on the stand-up paddle boards, we also use a bent shaft paddle with the long shaft for standing up. More depictions of the rivers and scenes from the river. All this driftwood you see in here comes from the Mississippi also. These specially carved beaver sticks. The beaver did all this work for us. You can see he cut that in there. You cut this end here. He always makes his cuts at about a 60-degree angle. And we use these for, after we wash our boots, we dry them on these sticks. So they make great boot drying sticks, but they also make neat frames. You can see those frames up there are made from pieces of beaver willow. And we cook with beaver willow also. Water bottles. When we go on our expeditions, we carry everything we need for a week or more at a time. So we carry all the water, food, shelter, and anything else we might need for a week on the river in these big canoes.